Namaste everyone, and welcome to today's Yoga for Beginners session, where we're going to be focusing on your core and abdominal region. In today's class, we're going to help you to strengthen and elongate your abdominal region and to become a fitter and stronger version of yourself. So please don't worry if you've never done yoga before. We're going to take you through all the movements in a very systematic and easy to understand way. So you're in safe hands and we're going to ensure that you have a great experience. Now let's get started with today's class. As you come onto your mat in a cross-legged position, keep your hands in Gyan Mudra, which means thumb and index finger together. Lengthen your spine upwards, roll the shoulders up and back. And now slowly and gently close your eyes. And now with your eyes closed, bring all your focus and attention completely onto your breath. Feeling the inhalation and the relaxed exhalation. Preparing yourself mentally for the practice that is to come, and just grounding yourself in this present moment. Once you feel ready to take on today's practice, keep the attention on your breath. And then slowly and gently join your palms together at the chest. We're going to be chanting one Om chant all together, keeping this one deep and long. So take an inhalation inwards now. Inhale. And now slowly start to rub your palms together, generating some heat. And when you're ready, you can place the palms on your eyelids. And then gently release in front of your chest. And when you're ready, open your eyes to look at the palms and then gently come back with a smile on your face. So that was our centering practice. We're now going to move into our warm-up, and for that we're going to need you to change your position a little bit. So coming into the standing position for the lower body joint rotation, we have Gaurav, who's going to be demonstrating all these asanas for us today. So let's get started with the first thing. We're going to start with some very simple hip rotation. So you're going to increase the distance between your legs a little bit, hands on the hips. We're going to start with 5 clockwise rotations. So taking the hips all the way out to the front and rotating them inwards and back out. That's 1. Let's do it 4 more times as you take the hips all the way back and to the front. You'll hear those creaks in your hips, which is a great thing, shows that your hips are moving. And 3, all the way back. 4, rotate, and 5. Let's do the same thing now in the anti-clockwise direction, taking the hips out and back in the opposite way. All the way front and back to the front. 2 and back. 3, keep rotating. 4 and back. 5, back to the center now. From here, we're going to do some simple knee movements. So you're going to bring your legs together for this one. Gently bend your knees and let's begin. We're going to see how Gaurav does it first and then practice together. So hands on the knees and now gently move the knees. So this helps to massage the kneecap and the areas surrounding it. We're now going to do it all together 5 times. Let's place our hands on the knees and move all the way out and back. 2, all the way out, back. 3 and 4 and 5. Back to the center now. Let's rotate anti-clockwise, knees all the way out and back. 2 and back, 3 and back, 4, back to the center, and 5. Coming back now, standing up straight. Next, we're going to be doing some very simple ankle rotations. So you're going to just raise your right foot off the mat such that you can rotate it clockwise. Let's go 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now anti-clockwise, same leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Drop the right leg down, left leg up now, rotating clockwise. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now anti-clockwise. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Drop the leg down now. So I'm sure your ankles, knees, and your hips are feeling completely relaxed. You can also just rotate out the wrists if you'd like to really quickly. And now let's move towards the next warm-up. We're going to be doing something known as Vayunishkasana. So let's see how Gaurav does it first, and then we'll practice it all together. So for this, you're going to point the toes outwards and sit down, sinking down into the mat. Initially, you're just going to be in this Namaste position with your elbows pushing the knees out. Then you're going to take the hands and place the hands underneath the foot, right? So in the inner arch of your feet. Once you've done that, you'll exhale and fold forward completely, trying to bring your abdomen to the thigh, but if it's not possible, you can keep the knees bent as well, okay? Just as per your own capacity. And then we're going to repeat the same motion dynamically 5 more times. So let's do this all together. All of you come into the position that Gaurav is in. Come down, sit down on the mat this way. Place your hands underneath the foot in the inner arch. Now, let's begin. Exhale and fold forward for 1. Inhale and sink down. Exhale and fold forward for 2. Inhale and sink down. Great work. Now again, exhale and fold forward for 3. Inhale and sink down. Exhale and fold forward for 4. Inhale and sink down. And exhale and fold forward for 5, really deepening the stretch this time, and then sink down into the mat for 5. Fantastic. So now we've finished our Vayunishkasana warm-up. I'm sure you're feeling that in your glutes and thighs, and you're feeling ready to take on today's practice. We're now going to start with Ashtanga-B Surya Namaskar. So coming to the top of the mat, this set of Surya Namaskars is a little challenging, so initially we're just going to demonstrate it for you, take you through it, and then we'll pick up the pace after that. So pay attention here to the alignments, to the breath cues, and follow along with us. Okay? So you're standing at the top of your mat, hands by the side of your body initially. This is your Samasthitihi position, where you're tightening the core, tucking the tailbone in, kneecaps pulled up, and shoulders rolled back. From here, you're going to inhale, sink the hips down, and raise the arms in line with the ears. This is known as a chair pose or Utkatasana. Try and make sure your thighs are parallel to the mat, but you should also be able to see your big toe. So you don't want to be so forward that you can't see anything. Try and keep that healthy balance. Now as you exhale, you're going to fold forward with the arms out, palms to the mat, and knees softly bent initially. Don't worry if you can't bring your hands to the floor. Even if you can just place it on the foot or wherever on your leg, absolutely fine, okay? From here now, we're going to inhale and bring the fingertips on the mat. This is Ardha Uttanasana, spine neutral as you look forward. Again, you can keep the knees softly bent if you need. Now place the palms on the mat and walk back one leg at a time, coming into Chaturanga. So as you lower down, this can be a little challenging for some of you, so you can place your knees on the mat. Watch how the upper body is in this push-up formation going all the way down. also known as low plank. From here, we'll inhale and slide forward, coming into upward facing dog. As you can see, shoulders and wrists in one straight line, feet flat at the back, and if you're able to, you can raise the thighs off the mat. You want to make sure that your hands are straight and locked. After that, tuck the toes in and take yourself up into Parivrtta or downward dog. This, you're going to keep the knees softly bent initially and press the palms into the mat. Now here, we're going to be holding for 3 deep breaths. Just keep holding and breathe. 1, 2, and 3. And now inhale and take the right leg forward between the palms, coming into warrior pose. So your right knee and ankle are in one line. You raise the arms in line with the ears. You're pressing the back foot into the mat and the front thigh is parallel to the mat. This is warrior 1. Then we'll drop the hands down onto the mat, take the leg back, and we'll go into chaturanga once again. Remember, you can keep the knees on the mat. Then inhale and come up, upward dog, Urdhva Mukha. Now tuck the toes in once again and come all the way into Adho Mukha. And from here, you're going to take the left leg forward now between the palms. And the same thing, you're going to come into warrior 1, back leg pressed into the mat, arms in line with the ears. And then release the hands back down, take the front leg back, drop down into your chaturanga, knees on the mat, and inhale coming up into Urdhva Mukha, upward dog, chest up. Tuck the toes in, exhale, come into downward facing dog. And now let's hold this down dog for 3 deep breaths. 1, 2, and 3. Now walk forward, take the legs between the palms, come into Ardha Uttana with your fingertips on the mat. Press the palms down, Uttana, fold forward. Then inhale and sink down into Utkatasana, chair pose once again. And then exhale and come back into your Samasthiti. Alright, so that was our Ashtanga-B Surya Namaskar 1 round. We have 2 more rounds to go. Next round, we'll be paying attention to the breath cue. So you're standing at the top of the mat, exhale. Now inhale, sink the hips down, Utkatasana, hands in line with the ears. Exhale, release the palms, Uttana, folding forward completely. Then inhale, fingertips on the mat, spine neutral, looking forward. Then press the palms onto the mat, exhale, take your legs back and go into your chaturanga with the knees on the mat if you need to. Then inhale and come up into upward facing dog with the chest open, toes flat. Then tuck the toes in and raise all the way up into downward dog. Now inhale and take the right leg forward between your palms. Come up into a standing pose for warrior 1. Then release the hands down onto the mat. Take your right leg back. Exhale into chaturanga all the way down. Inhale, come into upward facing dog. Exhale, tuck the toes in, come into downward dog. And now take the left leg forward between the palms, come into your Virabhadrasana 1, warrior 1. Now release the arms, take the front leg back, drop down into chaturanga once again, only where you're comfortable. Then inhale and come into upward dog, tuck the toes in and come into downward dog. And now hold here for 3 deep breaths. 1, 2, you're doing an incredible job so far, just hang in there. And 3. Now walk, take the legs between the palms. And now inhale, fingertips on the mat, look forward. Exhale, press the palms into the mat, fold forward. Inhale and come into Utkatasana or your chair pose, hands in line with the ears. Exhale and come back into Samasthiti. Fantastic work so far. I know some of you might be sweating. Please feel free to wipe off your sweat. We're now going to go for the 3rd round, starting with Samasthiti. Exhale, Inhale, sink down, Utkatasana. Exhale, fold forward, Uttana. Inhale, fingertips on the mat, Ardha Uttana. Exhale, palms to the mat, walk or jump back, Chaturanga or Ardha Chaturanga. Inhale and come into Urdhva Mukha, upward dog. Exhale, tuck the toes in, come into downward facing dog. And now, inhale, right leg to the front, warrior one, hands in line with the ears. Drop the hands down, take the leg back, exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale, come into Urdhva Mukha, upward dog. Tuck the toes in and come into downward facing dog. And now, left leg to the front, warrior one, hands in line with the ears. Now drop the hands down, take the front leg back and go down into your Chaturanga or Ardha Chaturanga. Now inhale and come up into Urdhva Mukha, upward dog. Tuck the toes in, go into Adho Mukha, downward dog. And now walk or jump forward when you're ready. Legs between the palms. Coming into Ardha Uttana. Press the palms down, Uttana. Inhale, take the arms up, Utkatasana, chair pose. And finally, release to come into your Samastitihi. Alright, so we finished our 3 rounds of Surya Namaskar. If this was your first time practicing, you did an amazing job. I know this can be a little challenging, so you should feel proud of what you've been able to do. Now let's just breathe, spread your legs a little bit, keep your palms facing forward. Close your eyes, let's take 3 deep breaths. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. One last time, deep inhale and exhale. Alright, now slowly and gently come back. Fantastic. Now we're going to start with our asana practice. The first asana we have for today is known as Ardha Uttanasana plus Ardha Utkatasana. So let's watch Gaurav demonstrate this first and then we'll practice it all together. So for Ardha Uttana, you're going to stretch the arms up first as you inhale, really elongating the spine here. Then as you exhale, you're going to start folding forward and bringing the fingertips onto the mat, right? So this is the ideal scenario where the fingertips are on the mat. You want to place them safely. If this is uncomfortable for you, knees softly bent. And you can stay here for 10 deep breaths. After we finish our 10 breaths, we're going to go into Ardha Utkatasana, sinking the hips down lower, bringing the thighs parallel to the mat and extending the hands forward in line with the ears. We'll hold this as well for 10 deep breaths. 10 breaths done, gently we'll release the hands and come into our standing position. Alright, let's now practice this all together, holding for 10 breaths each. So initially take the hands to the hips, all the way up as you elongate and lengthen the spine. Now, fold forward completely, bringing the fingertips on the mat. Ardha Uttana, your head up as you look up and you hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You really want to engage your core and your arm muscles at this point. 7, 8, 9 and 10. Now from here itself, sink the hips down further, extend the arms in line with the ears completely and hold. This is going to be 1, 2, 3. You're doing amazing. Just stay there. 5, 6. Feel that pressure along your thighs and your hamstrings. 8, 9 and 10. Release and come back into the standing position, arms up and release the arms down. Now, let's go for the next asana. We're now going to be learning something called Parsvottanasana. So for this, we're going to see how Gaurav does it first. Taking the right leg back as we open to the front. Now, initially, we're just going to keep the left foot pointing outwards, as you can see Gaurav is doing. And you want to adjust the back leg in such a way that you have a good sense of balance. Now, as you can see, he's angling his body to the front. And over here, you're going to now catch opposite elbows at the back, okay? Only if you're comfortable, you can also form a namaste at the chest at the back. This is the slightly advanced version. Once you've done that, you're going to inhale at the top. As you exhale, you'll fold forward completely and bring your forehead to your knee. Now this is going to be a little challenging, but you try to go down as much as you can. You can keep the knees softly bent if you feel like it's too difficult for you, so knees bent. Alright, then you'll inhale and come back to the top. Release the asana and we'll repeat the same on the other side. So let's come back to the top of our mat, all of us, and let's practice together. Taking the right leg back, left foot pointing to the front. Once you've found your balance, you want to check that you're in one straight line. And now hands to the hips, and then take the hands back, catch opposite elbows, or form a namaste behind. Now inhale at the center, exhale and fold forward completely, trying to bring your forehead to the knee. You don't have to, you're just trying. Now bend the knees if you're finding this challenging, and hold 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now gently inhale and come back to the top. Brilliant work there. Now we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So take your legs forward, and this time step the left leg back. As you step the left leg back, create that mid stance between your legs. Find a position that's comfortable for you, hands on the hips. Now catch opposite elbows at the back. And if you're comfortable, form a namaste at the chest. Now inhale at the top, and as you exhale, fold forward, trying to bring the forehead to the knees. You can also keep the knees softly bent, both the knees if you need to. Let's breathe. 1, 2, 3, keep breathing. 4, and 5. Inhale and bring the head back up to the center. And slowly release your hands. Take your leg to the front and back. So that was our Parsvottanasana. We're now going to be doing a fantastic balancing posture known as Warrior 3. This can be a little challenging, so if you require wall support, you can take wall support as well. Let's watch Gaurav do it first so we know how to practice, and then we'll do it together. So you're going to keep the right leg firmly planted on the mat, and you're going to start raising the left leg upwards. As you raise the left leg up, your body in the front extends forward, and you come into one straight line, almost like you're trying to fly in a way, and taking your hands forward in line with the ears. You have to make sure that your leg is flat at the back. As you stay here, we'll hold for 5 breaths. If you're falling, remember you have a wall, you can hold it. Then you release the leg and come back into the standing position. And also, it took us a long time to learn this asana as well, so please don't worry if it's not happening the first time, just try your best. And now we're going to continue with this asana, so let's practice all together. Right leg firmly on the mat. Now raise the left leg up. As you do that, start to extend the upper body forward, taking it almost parallel to the mat, leg parallel, upper body parallel. Now try and see if you can extend the arms forward. Catch your balance. Extend the arms forward in line with the ears. 1, 2, 3, toes pointing downwards. 4, and 5. Gently release and come back. Alright? Yes, it's only 5 breaths, but it can be really challenging. Now let's do the same thing on the other side. You're going to keep the left leg firmly grounded on the mat. Start to raise your right leg up. up slowly and gently, extending the upper body forward. As you come into this parallel position with the mat, extend the hands to the front in line with the ears, toes pointing down, and hold. 1, 2, 3, catch your balance, 4, and 5. Now gently release the legs and the hands as you come down and release Warrior 3. So that was our balancing posture. I'm sure you learned a lot through this practice and your thighs and legs are engaged and ready. Now let's move to the next set of practices. This is going to be Ekpada Adho Mukha along with your knees coming to the elbows. Let's see how that looks now. So as you come down on the mat, we're going to see how Gaurav does this. This is going to be our downward dog. Very simple, we've done this before. Now, we're going to take the right leg up, coming into a straight line at the top. And you're going to take the knee coming to your right elbow. So you're going to try and make sure there's a little bit of distance between your elbow and your knee that really engages your core muscles even further. And we'll hold here for 5 breaths, and then after 5 breaths are done, we'll repeat the same thing on the other side. So let's practice this together. All of you now come into this simple downward dog position. Once you've come into this pose, raise the right leg up, taking it into the air, then swing it down and bring the right knee towards the right elbow. Let's hold here for 5 deep breaths now. 1, 2, 3. You've got this. I know it's burning in there in your core. 4 and 5. Now gently release the right leg. Come back into simple downward dog. Let's repeat the same thing now on the other side. Taking the left leg all the way up. Now swing and bring the left knee close to the left elbow. Holding here for 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Keep breathing. And 5. Gently release the left leg and come into your simple downward facing dog. Alright, now drop the knees down on the mat and place your hips onto your heels. Just extend the arms forward now like Gaurav is doing. Very simple child's pose. Take a deep breath here and just relax. I know that could have been a little challenging for some of you. It's definitely a little heavy on the wrists and also on the core, but that's how you get stronger. So now we're going to do the next asana, which is known as Urdhva Mukha svanasana. The good part is we already did this in Ashtanga-B, so it's going to be simpler for you to do it now. Let's show them how to do it, Gaurav, and then we can practice together. So you're going to go from downward dog into upward dog. So sliding forward and your shoulders and wrists come in a straight line. Toes are flat at the back and thighs, if you can, are off the mat. Now here we're going to try and increase the challenge even further by raising one leg off the mat. As you can see, Gaurav has done it with his right leg. If this is too challenging for you, it's okay, you can leave it on the mat as well. Alright, let's practice this now all together. Everybody come into your simple downward dog first. Now that you've come into downward dog, let's transition into upward facing dog. As you bring your shoulders and wrists in a straight line, toes flat at the back, open the chest, look up, and thighs off the mat. Now raise your right leg off and let's hold here for 5 deep breaths. 1, 2, engage the abdominal muscles. 3, 4, and 5. Drop the right leg down. Same thing on the left leg now. Raise the left leg up. 1, 2, keep breathing. 3, 4, and 5. Drop the leg down. Gently come back into child's pose. As you release, drop your knees down and just relax. Take a deep breath here once again. And now the next asana we're going to be doing is a forward fold. This might really benefit some of you who are looking to extend your spine as well. So let's get into this one now. Walk your hands back, come into the sitting position. All right, now extend the legs forward. Now we're going to practice something known as Parivrtta Janu Shrishasana. So let's see how Gaurav does this first, and then we'll practice it all together. So you're going to bend your right leg and place the right foot on the upper part of the thigh. So your left thigh, right foot all together. Now you want to make sure that you're pointing and opening up your right knee as much as you can to elongate and increase the distance. Once you've done that, you're now going to be taking the left hand, extending forward, gripping the big toe and really pulling. Now you can bend your elbow here and take the right hand over the head and place it and catch the foot. Now you can see your face comes right between your arms and you open the chest and you breathe. We're going to hold this for 10 deep breaths and then we'll do the same on the other side. Releasing the hands and coming back step by step. So let's practice this together now. Now that you know how this asana looks, bring your leg into the position that Gaurav is in. Right leg, right foot on the upper left thigh. Once you're in this position and the right knee is pointing outwards, let's take our left hand, extend, grip the toe and bend the arm a little bit as you bend forward. Remember, you can keep the knee softly bent if you need as well, okay? Now take the right hand over the head, grip the foot and open the chest further. Open twist, look forward. Now let's hold 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Keep breathing in, opening the chest further. 7, 8, you've got this. 9 and 10. Now as you release, take your right hand off first, bring your left hand back as well and straighten up. Now release the right leg and extend it forward. And now let's repeat the same thing with our left leg. So we're going to bend the left leg and place it on the inner part of the right thigh. Again, you want to angle yourself in such a way that your left knee is opening to the outside. Alright, now let's take the right hand, extend it forward and grab the big toe. Opening out the arm and bending the elbow a little bit. Okay, your right knee can be softly bent. Now take the left arm over the ear and grip the outer part of the foot. Let's hold here and open the chest, deepen the twist. 1, 2, 3, hold and breathe. 4, 5, 6, you're doing an amazing job, stay there. 7, 8, 9 and 10. Now release, the left hand comes off first, release the right hand and then gently start to release the left leg forward. Alright, so that was Parivrtta Janu Shrishasana. I'm sure you're feeling the effect of that on your spine, on your abdomen. And now we're going to go for Supta Dhandasana along with Pada Sanchalanasana. Let's see what this looks like. Lying down in the supine position on your back. Super simple, just lie down on your back. And we're going to see how Gaurav does this first. And then we practice it all together. So legs come together now. Hands by the side of your body, palms facing down, engaging the core muscles and taking the legs up to 90 degrees, right? This is your Supta Dhandasana. You want to make sure it's all the way up and you're holding here, you're tightening the feet, pulling them back in. Now, this is something we're going to hold for 10 deep and long breaths. And after that, we're going to do something called Pada Sanchalan, which is almost like we're pedaling in the air. So one leg after the other, bringing it all the way close to the chest and then all the way down. So this we'll do for 10 rounds, simple paddling movements. If you're finding this challenging, just do whatever's comfortable for you and as much as you can. Now, let us practice this together. Your core will really get activated in this exercise. So let's try and do it to the best of our capacity. Legs together. You can bring the hands underneath the buttocks. Now activate the core, inhale and raise the legs up to 90 degrees. holding here for 10 deep breaths. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6. Keep breathing. 7, 8, 9, and 10. Now gently we're going to transition into Pada Sanchalanasana, which means we're going to start moving our legs one after the other, trying to create an equal sense of movement. So you're moving 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Activate your toes. 7, 8, 9, and 10. Gently release the legs back onto the mat. Bring the hands out from underneath. Now just take one deep and long breath here. Inhale and release to exhale. Now we're going to turn over onto one side. As you turn over, support yourself and then gently come into the sitting position. We're now going to be practicing a very simple pranayam, which is known as the Nadi Shodan or the Anulom Vilom pranayam. So this is the pranayam that we do to just create alternate nostril breathing, help the breath to balance out. So let's see how this looks, alright? We're going to bring our right hand into Vishnu Mudra. Now you're going to take the right thumb, place it on the right nostril. We're going to be taking an inhalation from the left as you inhale. Now you close the left nostril and exhale through the right. Inhale through the right, close the right, and exhale through the left. Alright, that will complete one round. We're going to do 7 such rounds all together. What this essentially will do is make you feel much lighter and much calmer. Okay, so let's practice as you sit up tall. Left hand in Gyan Mudra, right hand in Vishnu Mudra. Close the right nostril with the right thumb. Inhale through the left. Close the left. Exhale through the right. Inhale through the right. Exhale through the left. Second round. Inhale through the left. Exhale through the right. Inhale right. Exhale left. Third round. Inhale left. Exhale right. Inhale right. Exhale left. Fourth round. Inhale. Exhale right. Inhale right. Exhale left. Fifth round. Inhale left. Exhale right. Inhale right. Exhale left. 2 more rounds to go. Great work so far. Inhale left. Exhale right. Inhale right. And exhale left. Last round. Inhale left. Exhale right. Inhale right. And exhale left. Now gently drop your right hand down on your knee once again. Just feel how your breath has improved, how you're able to breathe fuller and deeper now. And then gently and slowly now open your eyes. Alright, so that was our simple Nadi Shodan pranayam practice. Now that we're in this deep state of mind, let's lie down for our favorite Shavasana and relax ourselves even further. So come onto your mat to lie down in Shavasana. You're going to increase the distance between your legs. Hands comfortably placed beside the body, palms facing upwards. Feel your spine relax onto the mat, vertebra by vertebra, just sinking down, completely relaxing. Your eyes are closed, your attention is on your breath. And now, you're just going to pay attention to the way the breath is entering your nostrils, filling up your chest, your abdomen, and the way the breath is leaving the nostrils. Check on how, after your breath slowed down, your mind became calmer and more relaxed. Check on these subtle yet important changes in your body and genuinely see how you feel in this moment. Taking the opportunity to reflect in complete silence now. And once you're done and you're ready, try and take that positive sense of being that you feel right now and expand that positivity throughout your body, from the tips of the toes all the way to the top of the head. And now slowly and gently bring your awareness back into the present moment as you move your fingertips and your toes, coming back into where you are right now. And then gently and slowly, you're going to take your arms up, interlock the fingers, bring the legs together, point the toes down, stretch the arms up and stretch the whole body like a rubber band. Then gently release the arms, turn over onto one side. Bring the legs in closer to the chest, hugging the body. And now slowly press the palm on the mat and come back into a sitting position on the mat. Once you sat up, keep your hands in Gyan Mudra at the knees. Keep the spine lengthened and upright. And now to end today's session, we're going to chant Om once and Shanti 3 times. Let's bring our hands to our chests in a Namaste for this. Taking a deep inhalation inwards now, inhale. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. And gently rub your palms together, creating some friction between the palms. And when you feel ready, place the palms on the eyelids, cupping them with some warmth. Gently release and bring the hands in front of the chest. Open your eyes to look at the palms. And gently come back with a smile on your face. Alright, so that was our core yoga session today for all of you beginners, and we hope that you had an amazing time practicing with us. We certainly had a great time teaching all of you. My recommendation to you would be to just take it easy and rest it out for the rest of the day so that your back can get the opportunity to relax and your abdominal muscles can relax as well. We definitely think that you should try and do as many classes during the week as you can so your body can adapt and adjust to the new asana style. We look forward to seeing you in one of our next classes, and until then, you take care and we'll see you very soon. Thank you. Namaste.